Do you think it was a bad idea to, especially some offices like the Philippines, to shut that down, the international USCIS office, or is it possible for USCIS domestic to handle the same thing?
That's a great question, right? So I spent a lot of time talking about that when I was in government, both when I was with USCIS, with the field offices, as well as when I was assistant secretary. And the reason why I was involved was because a lot of the work that USCIS stopped doing when it closed international offices was absorbed by the consular section. Because under a delegation of authority, consular can perform a lot of those functions. So it became a difficult situation to justify financially the existence of USCIS offices abroad, because so much can be delegated to consular, and then consular is paid under the Economy Act to perform some of these functions for USCIS. There's people within USCIS very often want to keep these offices open. They try to justify it financially, but it's really difficult to do that.
I see.
And the argument I made, even way back when I attended a field office directors conference when I was a field office director in Seoul, was that there needs to be a strategy to try to justify the preservation and perhaps expansion of the USCIS presence abroad, because at the time it didn't provide a lot of services I felt that were really needed, like biometrics capturing. There was just a stubborn refusal to really open itself up to that. But yet at the same time tried to continue to provide services that they could pay consular to do for them, like accept and adjudicate I-130s. So they didn't listen to me, right? And eventually the Trump USCIS leadership took a look at these international offices and went back and forth a while and concluded they felt that they were superfluous. And they took steps to shut them down. They kept a few open. And I know that the current directors announced, I think, a few more were opening back up, or different places. I think.
Sort of South Latin America was one. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the original footprint didn't make a lot of sense, right? It was a legacy footprint that was inherited when DHS was formed, and USCIS ended up with offices. Had one office in South America, Lima, but no office in Brazil.